Welcome back. We have completed our tasks on Dantooine, and we've been charged by the Jedi Council to go and visit 4 planets that'll hopefully have clues, specifically maps, to help us locate the Starforge. Now, before we do that, however, I want to go and do a couple of things first, the first of which is checking out our ship. That's right, we've gotten the Ebon Hawk from Davik, and although we used it to fly here, we haven't actually taken a look around yet. So let's go and check it out. Now, each of our crew members, or party members rather, has taken up residence in various areas of the ship. Mission is here, next to the entrance, and this appears to be some sort of crew barracks or something.
Hey there, what can I do for you?
Let's see if she has anything more to say about the situation with Griff.
Don't tell me you believe Lena's lies. Griff might be working as a miner on Tatooine, but the rest of her story is Bantha Poodoo. You can't trust someone like her. At least Griff's free of her clutches. I'd like to go speak to the Circa Corp rep on Tatooine if we have time. Maybe I can arrange to see my brother again.
I may not trust Lena completely, but I don't think she was trashing Griff for no reason at all. Also, given what Mission said about Griff, as I mentioned earlier, I wouldn't be surprised if what Lena was saying actually is true.
I just hope he's not in any kind of trouble when we do.
Well, let's hope not, but I wouldn't count on that, though. Now, you may have also noticed, although I didn't select those options, that Mission can play Pazak with you, as well as make security spikes, which, as I mentioned earlier, are completely useless. Each of the party members will, or at least most of them, will have some sort of function here on this ship, and they can give you supplies if you're running low on them. However, if you have 11 or more of the stuff that they can make, then they won't make any more if you ask them. Candace is here in this room, which appears to be some sort of garage of sorts. We got a workbench over there, as well as the swoop bike. I guess Davik had a swoop bike on here. Let's see what he has to say.
Yeah, what do you want?
Let's see if there's any more stories. I'm actually going to go around after each planet and visit with everybody on the ship. I do plan to try to take everybody who has dialogue with me on each of our missions on each planet, as I mentioned earlier. And hopefully I can develop their character and their story that way. But I do want to make sure that I can do it here on the Ebon Hawk as well, because there will be quite a few opportunities to advance their story, so I want to take advantage of those as much as possible.
I was one of the best youth warriors in the clan Ordo in my time. No one before me had mastered the power of our Basilisk war droids as quickly as I had. Except Mandalore himself, of course. In those days, we were sweeping across the Outer Rim, destroying all who fought us. Young Mandalores would prove themselves in real combat with unknown opponents above 1,000 worlds. Each brought back stories of his achievements. I remember it well, orbiting high above a placid world, its defenses just stirring. As was tradition, I would go ahead of the first wave to find enemies in the thickest fighting. I remember sitting there in my armor, linked directly with a basilisk thrumming beneath me, my heart racing with fear of the coming battle. Every new warrior has to fear to understand how to beat it. You must know that. The doors opened in front of me, and the air was sucked out of the drop bay, scattering crystals of frozen vapor across my path. I can't describe what it feels like to look directly down at a world, falling continuously as you circle it, with barely 15 centimeters of armor plate protecting you. When the magnetic locks disengaged on my droid, I plunged out of the drop bay towards the battle that waited below.
That sounds pretty awesome, actually. Also, I want one of those droids.
The exhilaration, the euphoria I felt as I streaked into the atmosphere, dodging self-guided projectiles and beam weapons, was unmatched. An 80-kilometer plunge through the atmosphere, dodging and weaving, the outside of my armor glowing like the sun with the heat of re-entry. And with barely 30 meters to spare, I twisted and skimmed the surface, firing at the giant beam generators that were in my path. The explosion from that sent shock waves that leveled the entire complex around it. It was the moment of my life.
That would be the moment of my life if I was in that battle.
I'll never forget those times. But things are different now. We can't go on fighting the way we did. There are too few of us left now. But I really don't want to talk about this anymore. I trust I've satisfied your curiosity for now. Is there something else you want to know?
You have, and Canderous can give us stimulants. Let's see if he can make us some right now.
Stimulants make a warrior out of even the weakest human. Here's a stamina-boosting stimulant to help you get tougher. There anything else you need? Your choice. I'm here if you want something done right.
We got a journal entry about Canderous, and it just basically summarizes what we just heard. One thing I didn't mention earlier about the party members giving you items is that while you can't get 11 or more, that also applies to every item that's basically a similar item. Now, Canderous gives you adrenal stimulants. I think it's adrenal stamina specifically. But if you have any other stimulants, that will count toward your 11 stimulant total. I think there's one exception to this, and I'll mention what that is later on. Let's see if we can do anything with the crystals we found. That is definitely something I want to check out. We picked up some lightsabers here. We got ours, which is the yellow one up here. This is Bastila's, the double-bladed one. We have another one here which is currently equipped, and you might be wondering whom this belongs to, and that would be Juhani. She no longer has her red lightsaber, and that's probably a good thing. We also got a red and a blue one here, which are the ones that Sharuk had from the Mandalorian battle, but I'm probably going to sell those. Let's see if we can upgrade my lightsaber. We got 2 power crystals here. No, 3 power crystals. 2 of them are Rubats, and one of them is Bondar. Basically, any crystal that doesn't have a color as a name is a power crystal. I'll put one of the Rubats, and I'll put a Bondar, because Bondar is a great crystal. Bastila's does not have any, so I'll give her the Rubats. I think there was one other crystal in that cave. I must have missed it. I'll have to leave Juhani's alone for now. Nope, forgot to check out all the other things. Nothing we can give Canderous. Nothing we can give Karth. That's all decked out. Yeah, I'll keep that on that, because I want to make sure Mission's weapon is as powerful as possible. This, nope. Vibroblade, nope. And armor. Yes, we can give Karth his armor upgrades, which is good. Alright, hopefully we can get another lightsaber soon for us. I don't really want to use the ones that we got from Sharuk because they won't be balanced. You have to have a short lightsaber if you want to dual wield. So that's all in the garage, but back here is the engine room. There's nothing to do here though, just look at the hyperdrive. In case you couldn't tell, the Ebon Hawk is very much the precursor to the Millennium Falcon. And we have the cargo hold here. Let's see what's in the supply bin. This is a store of emergency food and supplies. Okay, so we're not going to mess with that. There's also a compartment back here. This appears to be some type of hidden smuggling compartment. Without proper codes, you will not be able to open it. Now, we got a bunch of containers here, but right now they don't have anything in them at the moment. And this is because you can use these to store items that you're not using at the moment, so your inventory can be cleaned out. And while this is a nice option for the game to include, I do intend to actually sell most of those things I'm not going to be using. I'm not going to be just keeping them there, just to keep them there temporarily. And this room over here is empty. I guess this might be our quarters, maybe. Well, multiple people presumably sleep here in the Ebon Hawk, but in one of these things. And in this central area, we've got T3 and Zalbar. We can also see Juhani is over there in that little room in the corner. Now, T3 can construct computer spikes for us. Let's see if he can actually do that right now. I think that is the last one. Yeah. Frotz. So yeah, we got 11 computer spikes. However, there is a bug in the game where if you put your computer spikes into those bins in the cargo hold, T3 will actually make more for you. You can't actually do that with the other items, but you can do that with computer spikes. Zalbar, on the other hand, can make grenades for us. We can't really ask him about anything. If you ask him about any planet that we're on besides Kashyyyk, he'll just say that he doesn't know anything about it just because he's not from there. I don't really know what problem this is. I know if we ask him about it, he's not going to help us with it. If we ask him about him, he's not really going to tell us much. In fact, that goes for just about any time that you ask him that. It doesn't matter when. Now, the nice thing about Zalbar is that he'll give you grenades, and he'll give you the basic grenades. He won't give you anything like plasma grenades or thermal detonators. However, the nice thing about this is that plasma grenades and thermal detonators and all that don't count toward that 11 grenade total. So what I'm planning to do actually is to sell all these cheap grenades and get more from him so I can just continually sell them. And I think that'll hopefully work out pretty well. Let's see what Juhani has to say. We haven't tried talking to her after we saw her at the courtyard.
I feel I must apologize for the way I acted towards you before in the Grove. It was wrong of me.
I'm not going to pick the first option because it isn't nothing. I mean, she tried to kill us, so I'm not going to say that. I wish there was an option between this and this.
I am sorry for attacking you. I am sorry for thinking you would only try to kill me. I hope that by helping you in your task, I may redeem myself in your eyes, and in my own.
Do not worry, Juhani. We forgive you.
Thank you. It is most reassuring to know that you can forgive me, even though I tried to take your life. I can only hope that, in our time journeying together, I will succeed.
There's one more room. We didn't explore this yet. It's in the middle here. This is the ladder that goes to the gun turret that we used earlier to ward off all those Sith fighters. And in here we've got a medical bay. Kind of a small medical bay, but it serves its purpose well. And up here we've got, I don't really know what this room is actually. It appears to be some sort of communications room or something, but we'll never use it. And here we've got the cockpit with Bastil and Karth. This is the galaxy map, the Ebon Hawk's onboard navigational computer. When you are ready to leave Dantooine, you can use the galaxy map to travel to other planets around the galaxy. A destination is still stored in the Ebon Hawk's computer from the last trip Davik made with it. Let's try talking to Bastil and Karth. I didn't talk to Karth in the last video because I knew that that video would take quite a while. So I figured that I would save it for this round here on the Ebon Hawk because it wouldn't be that far away.
How can I help? Yes, I did. I wanted to speak to you about our mission and what lies ahead for us. It seems fate, or the Force, is driving us into a confrontation with the Dark Lord. You must prepare yourself for when we face Malak. The confrontation will be difficult for you. I remember how hard it was when I first faced Revan. It's true that due to my battle meditation, I was with the Jedi strike team that boarded Revan's ship. We did not kill Revan, however.
Wait a second. Karth told me that you killed Revan, though.
Our mission was to capture Revan if possible. It was Malak who turned on his own master, firing upon Revan's ship while we were still on board it. It was his desire to kill us and his master both. Thankfully, we narrowly escaped the vessel as it exploded. True, I suppose, and yet the outcome of that battle was unexpected. To all of us, Revan's end was unforeseen. As I said, We were there to capture Revan alive. The Jedi do not believe in killing their prisoners. No one deserves execution, no matter what their crimes. Remember that Revan and Malak were once great Jedi, heroes in every sense of the word. They demonstrate the danger of the dark side to us all. I'm sorry, we really shouldn't speak of this anymore. The memory of my confrontation with Revan is painful. Let's return to the mission, please.
Alrighty. What about Karth? He wanted to talk to us about something, it sounded like.
Yes, what's on your mind? Oh, you want to argue some more, is that it?
No, 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 no. I'm not in the mood to argue.
And I don't want to argue with you either. I mean, you seem sincere enough, I guess. I just don't trust easily. And for good reasons, which are my own.
But as I mentioned earlier, I do take this personally because I am involved in this, and I want to make sure we can work together well.
Oh, damn it. I suppose I won't get any rest until I talk, will I? You want to know why I don't trust anyone? Fine. Here goes. 5 years ago, the Jedi had just finished the war with the Mandalorians. Revan and Malak were heroes. I was damn proud to have served in their fleet. It was completely unexpected when they turned on us, invading the Republic while we were still weak. Nobody knew what to think, least of all me. Our heroes had become brutal, conquering Sith, and we were all but helpless before them. I mean, think about it. If you can't even trust the best of the Jedi, who can you trust?
Well, that is true, but we're not Malak and Revan, though.
It's not that, that's not what I mean. There were others, good, solid, trusted men who joined them. Malak and Revan and the Sith deserve to die for what they've done, but the ones who fled the Republic and joined them are even worse. The dark side has nothing to do with why they joined with the Sith. They deserve no mercy.
Whoa.
I know, and I should apologize to you. I've become so accustomed to expecting the worst in others, and you've done nothing to deserve that. It's just... no, never mind. Let's just continue with what we were doing. I'd rather not talk about it.
Sounds like Karth knew somebody who joined the Sith. Well, now it's time to leave Dantooine. We've explored all we can here on the ship, and we've got 5 choices. This is where we're at right now. Over here we've got Manan, Tatooine, Korriban, and on the left side we've got Kashyyyk, as well as another planet, Yavin. Now, this is the planet that the galaxy map message that we first got in here, that displayed when we first got in here, mentioned as being the coordinates that that were pointing to the last place that Davik went. And if you're a Star Wars fan, you might recognize Yavin as the planet whose moon the Rebel Alliance base was on in A New Hope. And actually, I want to go here first before we go anywhere else, and I'll explain why when we get there.
Lord Malak, the Star Forge is operating at 200% capacity, far beyond our expectations.
I am more interested in the young Jedi Bastila and her battle meditation. Have you learned how she escaped the destruction of Taris?
She was aided by Karth Onasi, a decorated war hero of the Republic and a legendary soldier. During the Mandalore Wars, he was honored many times for his bravery.
You know this man?
Yes, Lord Malak. He served under me when I still followed the Republic. You could say I was his mentor.
Aha!
How did you acquire this information, Admiral?
An eyewitness, Lord Malak.
Wait, what?
Calo Nord, a bounty hunter, was there when Bastila and Karth escaped the planet. Apparently they left him for dead.
A Jedi and a war hero. It's a wonder you survived the encounter.
I am hard to kill, Lord Malak.
Calo has agreed to help us capture the young Bastila for a very hefty fee, of course. But I assure you he is well worth the price. His reputation as a bounty hunter is well earned.
Her companions are nothing to me, Calo. But I desire the young Jedi taken alive, if at all possible.
Lord Malak, forgive me, there is something else. May we have a private audience away from the ears of the common soldiers?
I trust you are not wasting my time, Admiral Kareth.
I promise you will be very interested in what Calo has to tell you about Bastila's other companions, Lord Malak.
Well, we've learned some interesting information. First of all, Calo Nord is alive. Although how in the world he's alive, I have no idea. Also, it appears that the Admiral, who's serving directly under Lord Malak, is Karth's mentor. Uh-oh. Alright, well let's check out that cargo hold before we go out exploring. Hopefully nobody in our party has been stealing away food from there. That would be pretty bad. So let's see what's up with this supply bin here. Strangely, the food storage seems to have been disturbed recently. No one in the party would have done this, so there must be some other explanation. Okay, well that's good to know. There are no half-eaten or torn packages to indicate the theft was from pests or vermin. It looks more like some unknown person has been conducting clandestine raids on your stores. Whoever the thief is, they have managed to avoid detection by you or your companions so far. Maybe a thorough search of the ship will reveal the stowaway. Well, we got a journal entry for that. Dwindling supplies. Something or possibly someone has been into the food supplies. You might want to conduct a search of the ship to try and find the culprit. Well, let's look around here. Are they in our quarters? Because there's no one there. Nope, doesn't look like there's anybody here. What about that medical station? You think you hear the soft patter of footsteps behind you, but when you stop to listen, they disappear. Nobody in here either, okay. Not hiding out with mission. Again. Nope, nothing here. Where else haven't we been yet? We haven't checked out the garage, but we have Canderous here, and I know that Canderous wouldn't let somebody go unnoticed. You hear footsteps. They sound like they're coming from the cargo hold. And there's somebody there.
Kipuna, bona na kichu.
There's a girl here.
Selima wanga kunbikin.
Now don't worry, we won't hurt you.
Mucho shakapanga.
Although we don't really know what she's saying, and I guess there's yet another language that we don't know. What kind of bothers me about this is that she's speaking a strange language, but the translation is in yet another strange language, which is really odd. I guess this may be what's Kane is hearing, but throughout this conversation we're going to be referencing these words specifically, so I kind of wish the voice actor actually said these things. Well, we got our journal updated for that, and now the quest is called Strange Stowaway. You have encountered a young girl on board the Ebon Hawk, obviously a stowaway. The language she speaks, while sounding like Mandalorian, translates into pure gibberish. She may know the language, but she certainly doesn't know how to use it. And yet it seems to be the only language she knows. It might be possible to try talking to her, but dumping her on the planet is also a possibility. Well, we could, but I definitely don't want to do that, especially to a little kid. Let's see if we can try to understand her.
Mucho shakapaka.
First of all, what is her name? Well, maybe we can try telling her who we are first.
Mucho shakapaka.
Sasha? Wait a second. Wasn't that the name of the girl that Twi'lek on Dantooine was looking for? Well, we can't tell her that right now, so we're going to have to try to find out what this language means if we have any hope of communicating with her.
Tonki ba non tontek.
Now, these words apparently sound Mandalorian, but not quite their language, though.
Kipuna. Bona na kichu.
Okay, so Mandalori sounds pretty close to Mandalorian.
Selima wanga kunbikin.
Doesn't sound like she likes the Mandalorians, if that tone of voice is any indication.
Kipuna. Bona na kichu. Tonki ba non ton.
So what does this mean? Esawan, not Esawan.
Tong abuk shami no nok. Tong abuk shami no nok.
Okay, so Esawan is sea, but not Esawan is hide.
Tonki ba non tontek.
Okay.
Selima wanga kunbikin.
Okay, so we know what not Esawan, so Sasha is hiding, or something, in Bristog. So what is Bristog?
Tong abuk shami no nok.
So is it something specific around here? Because I really want to know if it's something in this room or somewhere, because I'd like to know where she's been hiding.
Mucho shakapaka.
Okay, so Bristog is her word for the entire starship.
Tong abuk shami no nok.
Maybe she was hiding in that compartment that has to have the special code entered. Maybe she knows it somehow.
Tonki ba non tontek.
Okay, so she was in a service panel then.
Tong abuk shami no nok. Tonki.
So this means safe?
Tonki ba non ton.
Or does it mean sleep?
Kipuna. Bona na kichu.
It means home. Okay.
Kipuna. Bona na kichu.
Gotcha, okay. So this ship has been her home. I wonder for how long.
Mucho shakapaka. Mucho shakapaka.
Gone decent.
Tong abuk shami no nok.
Okay, so that means that she approves. She likes it. That's good.
Mucho shakapaka.
Yay, she likes us. That's good. I'm glad she likes us.
Selima wanga kunbikin.
This is the only thing that we haven't been able to figure out yet. I guess Yuba means you, or something like that. Naabs. I'm not sure how you'd pronounce that.
Kipuna. Bona na kichu.
Does that mean that she doesn't like it? Or that she's hitting things?
Kipuna. Bona na kichu. Selima wanga kunbi.
Let's see if we can try to figure this out.
Kipuna. Kipuna.
Okay, we can't figure that out.
Selima wanga kunbi.
I won't force her to leave the ship, of course. We'll return her to Dantooine, and actually I'm going to go back to Dantooine after we finish this business here on Yavin, or the space station on Yavin, or orbiting Yavin. And you'll see why. There's actually another reason why I'm going to do it.
Mucho shakapaka.
Alright, we got some XP for that, which is good. No new journal entry for it, but we know what we need to do. We need to go back to Dantooine and tell that Twi'lek about her. Lur Arca Solus, I believe was his name. But in the meantime, let's check out what's on Yavin. And for this, I'm just going to take... well, actually, let me take Juhani so we can level her up. And I'll take Mission. Actually, no. I'll take T3, because we haven't taken him out for a while. I happen to know that we won't be engaging in combat here, so thankfully we won't have to worry about that. And we can level up Juhani. She's already at level 6, and she's a Jedi Guardian, so she will get 2 points per level up, because she's got an intelligence of 14 or higher, I believe. So I will give her awareness, primarily, like Bastila. And for feats, I'm going to try to go ahead and develop Doing. Powers, oh, let's see. We can't get Night Speed yet. Can't get Force Whirlwind yet, okay. It's kind of interesting. I'll get Stun Droid, why not? Yeah, she's got an intelligence of 14. Give her more dexterity. Actually, no. I want to give her more in wisdom. This time we can give her no, we can't give her Whirlwind. That's the next level. We can, however, give her Disabled Droid. Oh wait, I completely forgot to give her Cure. I might better do that. And we got one more level. I do want to give everybody Cure and Heal, by the way, no matter which Jedi it is. Let's see here. Give her Doing again, because I do want to max out that as fast as possible. And I think I'll go ahead and give her Night Speed, because of that extra attack. And this time I will give her Force Whirlwind, because that is a fun power. Alright, T3. We don't really have a lot to do with T3, but I'll go ahead and just give him the usual round of skill-related stuff. You have been granted the following feats this level. Droid Upgrade Class 2. Let's check that out. As a droid gains experience, its programming becomes more adaptable to new situations. This allows it to accommodate more sophisticated upgrades. Droid Upgrade Class 2 allows the use of level 1 and level 2 upgrades, much like implants do. And let's go back to leveling him up more. Attributes. Oh, might as well give him more in strength. And I'll have to save a point. I could do awareness, but it's not really going to help much. For T3, I think I'll actually give him 2-weapon fighting. Because I do want him to be a double blaster-wielding character, if we ever do bring him on a combat mission. That probably won't be very often, if I do that. Okay, I guess we can't... I guess awareness is not a class skill for him. And that's all we can do for now. Well, let's see what awaits us here on Yavin. I'm not going to worry about equipping Juhani right now. Because as I said, we don't have to worry about combat here.
Yun patisa. Tichuba jikotka na ki mulira kun king. Tong.
It doesn't matter what you pick here, he'll always let you in.
Achua penki. Yun patisa. Tichuba jikotka naga kingu mwa muli.
I don't know if I would trust him with the information that we work for the Republic, because I don't really know who he works for. So let's just tell him that we're trying to save the galaxy from the Sith, because something tells me this guy is no friend of the Sith.
Chiwi aita ka tong chicha. Agi inko tune chuna mulira. Diska dosoki kopa bono nakachu. Labora na winki smack toma. Kuyami ju tong hitwama agi inko tune.
So who are these Trandoshans and smugglers? Like I said, it doesn't really matter what we say. He'll always let us in. And his name is Suvam Tan. Let's see what else he has to say. Hey, I'm proud of my humanity.
Noba mulira tilai kunka, kang nibora tong chitsa. Chesko yohaba kaba nopi do ula. Topa na oto bokasa, pampa ki mulira kunkin. Changwaba chinyo shangwi, chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune chuna mulira.
We're not running. I think I might as well just go ahead and tell him this.
Chiwa aita kang kicha na chupornibo. Kun muliras limo poiwanga achua penki. Yun patisa.
There's ruins?
Tong hitwama ag inko tune. Por tong hitwama ji aki inko tun. Tong pa no kun. Non jiska dosoki. Kopa bono nakachu. Labora na winki smack toma. Kuyami jusku chitana chiwa aita kang kicha na chupornibo kun muliras tong hitwama ag inkotune por tong hitwama ji aki inkotun.
We can talk to him about all these things. I think I'll just go ahead and ask him about this invention business here.
Jiska dosoki kopa bono nakachu labora na winki smack toma. Kuyami jusku chitanai chiwa aita kang kicha na chupornibo.
Now this Yavin 4 is the exact moon that made the appearance in the New Hope. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I do believe that these ruins of the temples were where the Alliance had their base, and it was inside one of the temples that they had that ceremony at the end of the movie where Luke and Han and, was it just Luke and Han who had the medals? I think it was. Because I know Chewbacca didn't get a medal. Let's see, who exactly are these Trandoshans? Sort of like Rhodians, like you. So what do they want with you?
Agi inko tune chuna mulira chiwa aita kang kicha na chupornibo ki mulira.
Let's see what he's got to sell.
Tong hitwama agi inko tune por tong hitwama ji aki inko tu achua penki yun patisa di chuba ji konka naga jiska dosoki kopa bono nakachu labora na winki smack toma.
Alright, he's shown us his inventory here, and there's only, let's see, 6 items that we can buy. But they're all very expensive items, but they're all very good items, too. And what's really nice about Suvam Tan is that he can actually give you a lot more money than the other vendors in this game, which is why I did not sell any of my items on Dantooine, because I knew that I could get more money for them here. Now, one thing that you may have noticed in that previous conversation tree was that we can also play Pazak with him. And actually, I'm going to do that, and I will do it off screen here once this video ends. And the reason why you want to do it is because if you win against him 10 times, you will actually get a 20% discount on these things. And I think, again, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I think you will also get even more money for the stuff that you sell to him. So you definitely want to go for that. The nice thing about Pazak is that you can risk up to 1 credit as a minimum. There's no base minimum, so you can't like have to wage 200 or something like that. You can wage 1 credit. So I think the idea is that because he is by far the character in the game who can wage the most money with, and that's 750 credits, the game expects you to actually wage that much and lose a lot of your money at the same time, but you don't have to do that. The problem with it, though, is that it's very annoying to do this because you have to go all the way down to 1 credit using the slider thing that allows you to set your wager, and you have to do this on every single game. Not to mention that his Pazak deck is very good. He uses plus or minus 1 through 4 cards, and those are by and far the best cards in the entire game. And he has no other cards, by the way. Those are the only ones that he uses. So I'm going to try to play Pazak against this guy off screen, and when I come back, I should have won 10 games, although it'll probably take several hours to do this. And once I do that, I will go ahead and sell all my stuff to him. And after that, we'll go back to Dantooine, take care of Sasha, and then proceed onward to our first planet. So see you in the next video.